Magandang umaga po sa inyong lahat and welcome to another edition of Kapehan sa Davao here at the second floor of SMCT. Next, we'd like to thank SMCT Davao for again hosting our weekly Kapehan, where we will be discussing mga different matters at mga programs ng ating gobyerno. We will be discussing today the third quarter nationwide simultaneous earthquake drill and the DOST Regional Science, Technology and Innovation Week. So we are joined by our Office of Civil Defense 11 Regional Director R.D. Ednar Dayanghirang, and for the DOST side, we have the Regional Information Officer, Vener Zigmond Revuelta. Good morning po. So, opening statement, we start with Zig.
So good morning everyone. Thank you so much for the opportunity and the platform for us to promote our Regional Science, Technology and Innovation Week here in Davao City. Actually po, for this year, we already started our STW as a regional tour across Davao region. We started as early as August in Davao de Oro, and our grand culmination will be in Davao City this September 25 to 27. This is actually the first time that we conducted yung RSTW na lahat ng region po ay merong specific event. Kasi in the past years, we only had it here in Davao City or one province lang per event. Ngayon po, lahat ng region ay binisita namin, and we are here to promote the culmination in Davao City this September 25 to 27 in Abrisa. Thank you very much.
Yes, Sir Ednar.
Mutag sa tanan. Once again, on behalf of the Office of Civil Defense, we thank PIA for this platform, and we discuss more on the NSED, the quarterly NSED. And I thought flood control ang diskutan, but it is NSED. So hopefully we can inform everyone on sa focus karon nga quarterly NSED nato. Thank you.
Okay, to Zig muna, no, we have kasi different to Davao Occidental, mga RSTW na mga ibang probinsya dito. Ano yung kaibahan ng Davao City o culmination compare sa mga previous na napuntahan?
Okay, sir. So, thank you, sir. So, actually, yung UST, meron tayong provincial SNT offices and regional office here in Davao City. So, each province has different trends, different resources, different programs, different focus when it comes to their programs. So, yung sa amin sa RSTW, it will highlight more on the Davao City initiatives and yung mga region-wide initiatives that we have. So, yung kaibahan niya, yung sa provincial SNTWs or regional SNT weeks in different provinces, nakafocus din kung ano yung mas highlight ng province na yun. For example, sa Davao Occidental, they have a lot of programs concerning livelihood programs on marine, kasi marami silang coastal areas and maraming communities around coastal areas. And then here in Davao City, marami din tayong programs that will highlight initiatives that we have with our academic institutions, with Ateneo de Davao University, with the University of the Philippines Mindanao. We also have one with the DMSFI, the University of Immaculate Conception, and the University of Mindanao. So part of, or majority of the initiatives and exhibits that we will show in Davao City will be our R&D programs and projects na ginawa natin with our partner institutions, specifically yung mga academic institutions po natin.
So this will be held dun sa isang mall sa Bahada, no?
Yes, sir.
So how many exhibitors? Parang last year nandito di ba yun ang time na last year nandito si Secretary Solidum, no?
Yes, sir.
So he will be coming also.
Opo. At this coming September 25, we will also have Secretary Renato Solidum Jr., our UST Secretary, and our Undersecretary for Regional Operations, Yusek Sancho A. Maborang. They will also join us here in our SCW. As of now, sir, I think we will have 23 exhibitors that will join us in the RSCW.
So yung mga programa like yung mga heliopipes, yun ba? Yung mga
Yes, sir, yes.
satellite.
Kasali din yung mga ano
Material.
namin, sir, niche center for R&Ds na naka-station sa ating mga universities and
Yung
state
mga
colleges.
fab labs.
Yes, sir, yes, sir. Kasali din sa USEP, sir.
Okay, to Sir Edner, what will happen sa third NECED natin? Parang last time was in Bigos, then Davao also held its shake-out drill, no? So ano pong mangyayari this third NECED natin?
Okay, the third NSED will focus on the province of Davao de Oro. No, we thank the governor, the new governor, Engineer Raul Mabanglo, for hosting this event. No, so involving the 11 towns of Davao de Oro. So ang scenario would be 7.3 magnitude earthquake. Ang kalalom 10 kilometers, so very shallow. We expect impact, no, various impact. And the generator of the earthquake would be the Central Compostela Valley segment of the Philippine Fault Zone, no, which is located in Moncayo. So, however, ang ato ang NSED will focus on three major components of an earthquake response. No? So it will be on communications, then responders, then the operation center. So the simulation will be on these three. No, i-test nato ang readiness sa communication systems, facilities of the province and its component towns, as well as katong designated responders and the operation center supporting the response operations to an earthquake.
The last time was in Tagum ba yun? Yung Tagum?
In Barangay Libuganon. It is,
Libuganon.
kung gito siya, actual gito community mobilization of people after an earthquake. So kini, lahi, walay community dire, walay tao. We will test kung sa computer ni, the software, no? Ang software, the communication system, the operation center, and the responders na readiness sa responders. Di na sila i-deploy. Ang ilang readiness lang, upon signal nga naay earthquake may tabo, let's see how they would respond.
Okay. I think nabasa ko sa history books the strongest earthquake 1920 sa Compostela ba yun? Yung epicenter, but I think that was yun yung para dati.
Well, talagang nandyan yung sa Moncayo, nandyan yung isa sa mga fault lines ng Philippine fault system natin. And aside from talagang ini-earthquake talaga yung lugar na yan, remember, New Bataan, no? Ground zero, totally the whole barangay is hindi na pwedeng tirahan until now, no? But more than that, dahil sa bundok, yung possibility of landslides is very high because the whole province of Davao de Oro is red as far as landslide is concerned.
Based sa dating mga NSED, ano po yung na-find out na findings sa preparations? Yung
Well, the previous NSEDs were on community, the people, no? Ang readiness ng mga household na involved, if there is an earthquake then followed by tsunami, how ready are the barangay responders and the people themselves. So, and of course, the collaboration of agencies under the Disaster Council as to the response. So far, ang naabtan ako, the Bugis, the Digos, and the Tagum Libuganon, and of course, the Davao City, ang akong assessment is, ma-amaze gyud ka sa how this exercise is being done. No? I appreciate very much my team sa Office of Civil Defense and the partners, the collaboration, na very complex ang activities, various agencies, various locations, line location, but they are able to pull through, no, the event, no. So karon different, walay mobilization sa tao. It's the, as I said, kung computer pa, ang software nato are the software ready.
Okay, before I turn over the mic to our friends of the media, I would like to ask Sir Edna because kuan ngayon yung flood control based sa OCD, may na-monitor ba kayo mga ghost projects sa flood control dito sa Davao Region?
Well, happy ka na ba ang October 31 ba? Diba, kung na, panahon sa mga ghost? Well, as I have made mention many times, no, I conducted my participatory research, action research, since December 2024. And I have reported to the public many occasions. I have reported as well to the central office ang akong findings. Ang findings nako on a regional basis, basically duha. We need a lot of flood control projects. Kainanglan nato og daghan og dinagko na mga flood control projects that should cut along 5 up to 10 barangays na kalayo ng mga flood control projects. Kana kung rivers atong isgutan from Davao Occidental to Davao Oriental. I can see it over the helicopter kana mag-inspection, mag-survey ko. Grabe gyud ang kakulangon sa ato ang flood control projects. Second, sa drainage system nato, bisag wala gabaha ang mga sapa, nagabaha ang mga tao. And you know that. You know what I mean because kita ang nababahaan ta. The problem nato sa drainage system, very, very, very messy ang ato ang drainage system all over the region. Without specific area. Halos tanan magkapareho. Messy in a sense na dili siya, kasi tubig na eh. Ang tubig, kinanglan, mudagayday na siya agihanan, padulong sa dagat o padulong sa sapa. Di ba? Unfortunately, dako kayo kakulangon nato ana. And I also found out why. I-research na ko eh. I researched the actual situation. Nganong gabaha ang mga tao? Gamay lang ulan. Dagom-dagom lang. Thunderstorm. Baha na. Kadto di ay because our drainage system dili siya connected to one another. No? Pananglitan. Kung national road, kinsa may tag-iya sa kanal? Oh, the most popular agency, DPWH. Pag-abot sa provincial road, kinsay tag-iya sa kanal? Gobernador. Pag-abot sa city municipal, mayor. Pag-abot sa barangay, barangay kapitan. Pag-abot sa community, ang katawhan, no? Commercial building, housing units, daghang mga infrastructure, they do not talk to each other. You see canals that are being placed without the knowledge of the barangay captain, without the knowledge of the mayor. No? You see the DPWH drainage system, walay kadaganan nga barangay drainage system. So, paglampas dito sa national road, asa padulong? Padulong sa atong mga balay, padulong sa atong mga karsada. So, that is the assessment that I have seen, and it is really a matter of policy. So I think we need the changes in policy. And I have already as well, nana ko'y idea what, I don't know if you will agree with me, na maybe. Kay, unsaon na to pag-connect ang utok sa usa ka official to the other. DPWH, provincial, municipal, barangay, and community. I think we need one agency that should cater for the whole drainage system. Usara gyud kaahin siya. Design, no? Master plan, budgeting, implementation, monitoring, and accountability. Lahi man karon, adto na akong isa ka opisina. Engineer, nganong gabaha man nitong imong karsada? Sir, unsa mo pagbaha nga ang mga barangay way kanal, ang tubig padulong dito sa among karsada. So, i-blame niya ang pikas at kung imong barangay, Pananglitan, barangay Bato. Nagbaha diya last December, di ba? 3-4 hours, wala kaagyan. Yatuan ako sa kapitan. Nag-meeting mi sa DPWH. Guwapo ang drainage system sa barangay captain. Ang drainage system sa DPWH, barado. completely barado. So, ang tubig tuwa sa karsada. So, that's why I'm saying it's really messy, and I think we are very thankful that it's no less than the President now taking the cudgel of flooding pero lain perspective. Ako, dili ko makialam atong the other perspective of flooding. Ako, systemic, operational, structural ang akong ginatanaw. Imagine ka, kanang flood control project sa DPWH, kanang revetment, kanang sa mga tulay, makita nimo dagko. Nangutan ako, engineer, nganong pila ra kadupang inyong revetment? Ang tubag? Sir, according to our mandate, 200 meters lang upstream and downstream. Dili day appeal to mga barangay dito sa taas. Kung naikwarta among trabaho, but ang primary mandate nila is to protect the bridge. The bridge, not the people. Siyak po ko. Nature-based solution. Kay ingon lagi ta pasahon niyo sa libro. One of the solutions of flooding is nature-based solution. Tanuman og kahoy gikan dito sa watershed, padulong sa riverbanks, padulong sa dagat. When I asked DNR, Ma'am, what can we expect from DNR sa mga kahoy? Naami National Greening Program. Tinuod na no? But asa ginatanom ang National Greening Program? Maybe you know. Dili man sa sapa, dili man sa watershed, dito man sa mga association members, mga member association, asa ilang yuta, dito itanom. Why? Because the mandate of DNR is to increase forest cover, climate change adaptation, not to mitigate flooding. Dili naman. So, again, it is a systemic, policy problem. So, kuan lagi, top policy and operational.
Okay, before turn over, I would like to ask Zig, no, sa region ba meron tayong mga initiative science-based like sa flood control and climate mitigation measures? Baka itong RSW can also have
okay, sir. Actually, sir, invited din namin yung UST Pag-asa to partake in our regional SNT week along with our attached agencies, including PBOX, meron din tayong mga regional research and development institutes natin, the ITBI, the FNRI, and our PTRI, yung Philippine Textile natin, Food and Nutrition, Forest Products Research and Development Institute. As to the specific exhibits or showcase nila regarding our flood control programs, I'm not sure, sir, kasi yung showcase natin would be more targeted for students and our general public. So, yung UST Pag-asa kasi, sir, is a different, it's also an attached agency of UST, but they are not directly reporting to us at the regional office naman.
Kay RD Edna. Sir, since last year pa na, I think December, sitarin mo na, problema nato ang ato mga drainage din sa, especially in the urban areas, no, like Panabo, Davao City, Oguban pa, like, and also Mati City, na tungod, imo na explain ka ganyan. Then right, ato last June, or July ba to, hindi mo na, you have the initiative along with the Department of Interior, local government, na i-inspect ang mga drainage. Kumusta na ang inyo ang tawagan compliance sa itong mga local government along with the DILG?
Well, in fact, magpasalamat ka sa mga barangay officials o sa mga municipal mayors sa mga previous administration. And karong current administration, ako po silang ginapahinunuan. Why? Because sa feedback nako when I monitor them, halos kada semana na dahil sila limpyo na yung taon. No, they are now cleaning. So, but we have to push further, no, na i-widen yun ang ilang activities. And in fact, karon na ako'y gina-plan with Dole, kaya di man pwede libre permi ang cleaning, voluntary. So hopefully I can make an agreement with Dole. Katong panghatag bitaw nila, imbis ipanghatag lang na walay value added, we will ipuan na lang para i-labor na lang para sa pagpalimpyo og mga kanal. So hopefully I can get that para matabangan ang mga barangays, especially dagko nga barangay, na kinanglan mga dagang kanal nga purok level na ang kinanglan nga activity. So with regard to your question, nalipay na gid ko na the barangays are responding with the mayors.
So, usa ang tawag ato after atong kuno, di ba, anak ato last July na ingon ka nga murag kuani mo sa council i-propose nimo ni nga dapat na collaboration with the DILG sa pagtutok sa ato ang mga drainage kimo man ang isa sa mga hinungdan nganong ginabaha ang usa ka lugar.
Tunod na. In fact, ako pasalamat kang Director Matalam because grabe ang response nila. They are now training their own people up to the municipal local government operations officer. NLGOO. Gina-capacitate na nila karon regarding disasters, flooding, and everything. Because kananglan tudluan sa nila ilang mga tao before they can function well. But sa ilang early warning, active na po kayo sila. Grabe naka-active. Murag masubrahan pa ang amuang early warning. Ang ilang in charge diya sa region, pag naay mga kinanglan inform dayon, mo na advantage sa DLG. Kay subay diretso MLG diretso sa barangay ang ilang communication line po, no? So far early warning very good, capacitation very good. They are now doing, no? May kabalo man ko kay mag-lecture man pud ko sa ilahang mga training schedules. So with DepEd, no? Di nato kanon ang DepEd sa grabe gyud roll out sa training nila sa mga principal level na. Imagine ha. Gina-train na karon for disaster ang mga principal. No? Dili lang regional officials o provincial officials of DepEd, but principal. Davao City wa pa mahurot kay 400 plus ka principal. Murag nakatunga pa lang sila.
So sa flooding Japan sila sir, kaning gina-train na to atong mga principals.
Ang principal management of flooding. They have to manage their schools. Kaya ang akong guidance sa ilaha, after matrain ang principal, i-organize ang incident management team per school. Kananglan kada eskwelahan na ay response team na i-appoint sa principal. Katong ilang response team nga i-appoint sa principal, mao na to'y trainingon na pod. Ano? On various training sa fire, sa landslide, sa inana. Ako ang design sa DepEd. So they are following it.
Wala pinabot ang mga HEI sa sir kay sa ang panahon dira sa obrero nga university nga nabtan din mig alas 3 sa kadlawon kay
Okay. In fact, last week nag-meeting namin sa UP Mindanao. No less than the chancellor ang akong kasabot. So nag-meeting mi sa iyang team, ang Vice Chancellor for Administration and the disaster team of UP Mindanao. First meeting namin kasi we will collaborate. Ang akong agenda with them is strengthen ang ilahang disaster management kung unsa mo itong existing nila. Then I wanted UP to be relevant to the people. Kanang mo gawas po sila sa ilahang mga experts nila. Ang USEP nato is also si Gabales, si President Gabales, nagka-agree nami. In fact, naman kong study sa flooding, di ba? Sugdan na nako karon ang landslide. Si Gabales, ipahulam niya sa kuha ang mga geodetic engineers niya. Ingon niya, I will lend you my geodetic engineers sa imong study evaluation sa mga landslide prone areas na po sa tibok Davao region. Now, napatay intervention o agreement with CHED, no? Kasi state universities. So, sa CHED, nag-agree na po ni sa CHED that they will help OCD pa-mainstream ang disaster management sa mga higher education. Sa private sector, human naman ta, naka-train na ta sa RMC, sa UM, then hopefully sa sunod, Ateneo na ang atong i-training. So, elementary, high school, colleges, and universities atong i-appeal na. Then, corporations like mining companies, they're also collaborating with us, ongoing ang mga capacity building sa ilaha.
Hello, good morning, RD. Ako lang itong continuation natong flood control projects, RD. Last year, manggod, you personally visited kaning barangay Aplaya, Pangi, katong kasagsagan sa baha. magpahimo ang katong imuhang plano nga buhatan og mega dike, mangutanan ta mo say update or follow up authority.
Well, as I've said, we need a lot of it. No? Gikan sa kilometer 9, kutob sa exit sa tubig sa dagat, no? Sa playa. Kay gi-survey naman ako, as I've said. Kita ba itong nagkita dito? Nag-abot man ta dito sa opisina sa barangay sa kilometer 9 ni Kapitan Badun. And also, meeting po mi ni Kapitan sa crossing o Kapitan sa playa. Dili lang dike, but also the urban drainage nila kinanglan. So, well, it is something na dako nga agenda, but still, I would recommend na kung dili kaya sa national government lang, in fact, Official Development Assistance, ODA, ang kinanglan na diya. Dagko naman guna ng mga projects. The right side, left side of the Matina River should be provided with huge flood control projects.
Yan ay response ang LGU, anay.
Ang LGU, they agree, but ang funding magudana is should be sourced all over. Ang problem, sa akong nakita, na sila ginaingon nga master plan. But it is a river basin master plan eh. Ang akong nakita ang problem nato karon is mga tributaries na mga sapa, no? In fact, sa inyong office, nag-story namin sa Pag-asa pod, sa early warning, ang problema pod ko sa Pag-asa. Kay si Pag-asa, di ba mabasa ninyo, kini na mga sapa ang bubaha, mga dagkong sapa. Like kung Davao Oriental, Kasauman River, Sumlog River, Baganga River. Pero ang nagabaha karon dili man kaayo na ang mga, unless na typhoon, bisan gamay na ulan ang nagabaha tributaries. Ang question ako sa Pag-asa, wala man mo'y warning sa tributaries. Tubag po sa kuha, sir, kulang among equipment. No? Ang mabutangan lang nila major river basin. Ang hangyon ako sa ilaha, ma'am, pwede ba tudluin na lang ang mga gobernador, ang mga mayor, para sila na lang imupalit sa gamit. And sila na lang mag-install. So muna ang working level na mo karon, we will be arranging a training for the provincial and city and municipal para tudluan sila sa Pag-asa unsay paliton, unsang equipment, unsay standard, then pag-install, kung mapalit na nila ang Pag-asa mo install, then ang equipment i-connect sa Pag-asa dito sa ilaha, sa warning system nila. So inana na lang yun ang pamaagi. Ang point na ko, I am bringing the local government, no, resources to a combination sa national government resources. Gina-bridge na ko ng gap na.
RD, with regards sa tong third and NSED, ganun sa mahitabo o asa dapit sa mukayo?
Well, as I have said, 11 towns ang appeal. No? Ang Mungkayo ang center sa earthquake. Walay actual na response. No? Walay actual nga community nga i-drill na to. Ang atong i-drill is the early warning, no? The response team kung unsa sila ka-ready nga mag-prepare, then third is the operation center, katong support system. Mo nang i-evaluate. So in fact tomorrow will be the final meeting kay sa pizza 11 man ang NSED.
RD to Sir Benner, how beneficial ang kaning pagpahigayon na itong RSTW and asa sa Davao City?
Thank you very much, ma'am. Thank you for the question. So, at the level of UST, the struggle for us is always to communicate science and technology. Kasi when we speak of science, when we speak of technology, when we speak of innovation, sometimes it's a concept that's very distant. Kumbaga, pag muingon tag science para lang sa mga bright, para lang sa mga naka-eskwela, para lang sa mga maayo. But in reality, a lot of our programs on science, technology, and innovation is for really the common people, the everyday man. And that's why the activities like the Regional Science, Technology, and Innovation Week is very important because people get to appreciate na ang STIDI or Science, Technology, and Innovation is part of our daily lives, even as small as using your phones or deciding what you will wear based on the weather. So all of these are part of science and technology and innovation. So the regional RST Week will make you feel that through our various exhibits. So this will be on September 25 to 27 in Abiza, Davao City. Thank you.
Sir, yung cited katong mga lugar nga naatay problema sa flood control, particular na ang mga barangay nga mga walay drainage plan. Sir, nasayang ang mga ginabubo nga pundo sa mga existing flood control project since napag-abot sa unahan, awas naman sa gihapon. And we're spending millions or billions minus nakurakot. Nasayang lang, sir, ang kwarta. I agree with your observation, your assessment or analysis. After all, paghimo sa flood control, dili man mo function. Kay kulang man, di ba? But naapoy successful. I will kato mga bata pa manguding og kasagaran diri. Kabalo ba mo ang obrero. Grabe na ka-flooded sa una. Ang obrero. Naminyo ko 91. Ang unang balay na ko sa obrero. Wa ko kaabot og isa ka bulan. Bakwit dayon ko. Kay grabe ang baha. But the city government then gitrabaho nila ang Dakudaw. Di ba? Kanang Dakudaw nga kanal, dako kayo. Gilimpyuhan na, gitanggal ang mga tao, gipadakuan. Kanya ang mga street sa obrero, grabe ang trabaho. Karon, you look at obrero. Far better off na kung na may baha. Nagya po successful. But, in general, failure yun. Failure, in general. Kaya makita man na to. Pila ka oras lang ulan, baha na. So, na-flood control, ay gitrabaho, na-drainage, pero dili konektado. Walay kalabayan sa tubig. Mas maayo pa ang NIA. Kini, ang NIA, gi-investigate nako, National Irrigation. Ang ilang irrigation canal, from the river, maghimo silang kanal, paabuton sa mga rice field. Labay gyud sa dagat, labay gyud sa sapa ang tubig, no? Ang Carmen, akong gi-studian, ang Davao Oriental, akong gi-studian, Banay-Banay, ang Davao del Sur, the same. Ang NIA irrigation system is, I think, mo na dapat natin sundon. However, ingon sa NIA, sir, dili man mo trabaho ang kanal, ang drainage canal. Ang amo, irrigation man lang. O, gyapon. So, mabaha gyapon sa communities kung asa ang irrigation canal sa NIA. I think, na-report na ni nako, Nagsumbong ang mga tao sa Carmen, sir, ang irrigation canal sa NIA is causing flooding to us. Uy, bitaw, diagi ka ng tubig. Yato na ako ang manager. Manager, ang imong kanal daw, nagabaha sa mga tao. Tinuod na ardi. Uy, nganong tinuod na, unsaon man na to? Ang reason behind, ingo niya most of the communities inside rice area, nga naa sila irrigation canal, walay drainage system. So ingon niya, nagtuo sila, sir, nga ang among irrigation canal, mao na ang drainage system. That is not so. Because we designed the irrigation canal for irrigation of the rice, not including the water. Walay lamot ang baha sa amuang mandate. So again, that's another systemic policy problem na kailangan i-address. And I hope ang discussion ng mga leaders nato sa national will include policy, no? Kay bisa kung saan nimo tuki ng flood control kung mali gyapon ang papalisiya, like as I've said, 200 meters lang upstream, downstream ang ilahang mandate. While we are, by the way, I already requested RDC, okay, policy intervention ako at the regional level, na mag-create of Committee on Disaster Resilience. Sa RDC, wala man na. Kabalo ko that disaster is mainstream in the other agencies. But kabalo po ko, it is not working. No? We assume that DPWH will take care of it. We assume that DNR will take care of the nature-based solution. But it is not working. No? So, ang akong recommendation sa RDC is mag-create yung separate Committee on Disaster Resilience, mututok yun sa mga flooding, landslide sa Tibok region. However, recently, inilaging si DILG Director, gi-endorse ko o siya ay nag-motion na dili na siya gusto mag-chairman sa Development Administration Committee. A sectoral, if you're familiar with RDC, nanay sectoral committees, ang DILG yun ang traditionally chairperson of the Development Administration Committee. Ever since, karon nag-eleksyon sila, ako ikituboy, ako na karon ang chairman. So, nanakoy committee wherein I can dribble the issue about disaster. Bisan wala pa tong Committee on Disaster Resilience. Ipaagi na ako sa Disaster Administration Committee of the RDC. So, I'm now working pababa sa barangay, gikan naman po ko dito, nga ang tanang proposals moabot yun sa RDC through the Development Administration Committee.
Sa kadako sa funds o kadako sa flood control projects needed for Davao Region, pwede may point out ni mo unsa ang mga key cities and areas na the priority dako highly contributor siya sa mga baha sa Davao Region?
Well, as I have said, the major rivers kinanglan. In the case of Katiil, the Katiil River, 8 ka barangay na. Gikan ako dito, nag-dialogue mi dito. Dapat revetment 8 barangays. Sumlog River, pila ka barangay ang agihan. Davao Occidental, kanang Malita River, kanang dako na river diya, pila ka communities ang the major rivers ang kinanglan yun. Butangan o revetment. However, as I've said, bisag na revetment na, pero ang mga drainage system, wala ma-repair, wala maayos, mubaha lang yapon, bisag walay, baha ang rivers. Ulan lang gamay, baha na. So, ang akong process karon, nagaadto, di ba? Nagaadto ko sa barangay, sa munisipyo, dialogue ko sa ilaha. I am getting their proposals. So, more than 800 barangays na ang akong natuhan, sa more than 1,100 plus ka barangays. Then, we are now consolidating the proposed projects of the barangay sa ilang mga drainage system. No? Na hopefully, ako nang bitbiton padulong sa RDC para mo padulong sa GAA. Pag abot dito sa taas, mo na ingon na, wala ko ilabot dito sa taas. Tutunog ako sa region, sa RDC.
Okay, to Zig, kasi may mga mga estudyante no, na they are making also mga science-based mga project. Ano yung mga masasabi nating parang exhibits doon na from the students that you wanted na parang ma-showcase doon sa this RSTW?
Thank you, sir. So, ngayon yung Trust in UST is really on MSMEs and enterprise development. And a lot of our exhibit will showcase our technology business incubators that is situated in various institutions here in Davao City. We will have exhibits from the Umasenso Hub of University Mindanao, exhibits from the Ateneo de Davao Ventures Innovation Center. We will also have exhibits from the UIC, Marian TBI, the UP Mindanao Disease and Watch Analytics, or DIWA. We will also have exhibitors from Davao Oriental State University, the University Research Complex. We will also have from USEP, the DG Hub and Fabrication Laboratory, and a Metals Engineering and Innovation Center. So a lot of these exhibits that we have in our STW is really accessible for students. And kasi first, situated siya sa schools and universities, and we want our students, especially here in Davao, to explore the assistance that UST can give through these centers that are funded by our RDIs as well.
Itong exhibits, they're already being used or prototypes pa lang siya that they nakakuha na siya, ginagamit na siya ng mga
Yes, sir. Actually, existing na siya, sir. May mga ibang sir, centers na accepting na ng mga clients or mga assistants, and they will be there also to promote ang process or on how to avail of these services. Kasi andito na yan, sir. Sayang lang na sometimes hindi siya masyado na-utilize because they are not aware or they don't know na meron palang ganito sa school nila. And we hope through the RSTW, they will see that and they will know na there are services, SNP-based services that they can avail or that they can ask assistance through their project.
Ito mga locally based technology na solutions, no? Galing sa...
Yes, sir. Yung Technology Business Incubation Center is more on development of product and more on ano talaga siya, sir, startups and all. So, we will also showcase innovations from our attached agencies. The Industrial and Technology Development Institute will be there. There will also be the Food and Nutrition Research Institute. The Forest Products and Research Institute will also be there. And lahat po sila may dalang mga innovations and exhibits that will show the initiatives they are doing also in the RDIs.
Meron ding mga national innovations.
Yes, sir. Yun po, sir. Yung kasali po yung ITDI, kasali po yung sa ating Textile Research Institute, kasali din po yung sa ating Forest Products and R&D Institute.
Nagtanong si Armando, meron bang guest na national scientist sa...
Ngayon, sir, ang meron lang kami, sir, is Secretary Rene and Undersecretary Sancho Mabora. Yung sa RSTW namin sa Davao de Oro, sir, we had scientists from the National Academy of Science and Technology.
Okay, questions from my friends. Since wala na, we like... meron?
Sir, you mentioned earlier that you have talked sa RDC po. Anong sabi nila, sir? Nag-confirm na sila that they'll create a committee on disaster resilience or...
Okay. Nagdebate yun mi dito. We debated the issue. Because the standing policy is i-assume na DPWH will take care of disaster sa engineering. DNR will take care sa nature-based solution. But ang akong argument, it's not working. And we can see it. Di ba? Kung nag-work pa unta ng ingon nila mainstreaming, so nag-compromise may, okay, they will craft this process na leading towards the creation. So ang ilang mga staff karon is working on it. But as I have said, napili naman po kong chairman sa Development Administration Committee, so I try to make do out of that committee to help the disaster resilience agenda, even wala pa tong committee on disaster.
So far, sir, have they said na ano silang projected na ma-create ng a committee or wala pa?
I-craft na nila, kasi there's a process na himo nila. No? Studyhan na sa ilang mga staff na how to justify it. Kasi meron tayong mandate na ay balaod ang RDC, na siya ay Regional Development Plan, na ang disaster resilience is on 2 chapters of the plan. So, ikwaon na dito, huguton na dito ang mandate, then try nila assess yung the other committees how it will impact if mo create og committee on disaster resilience. Kaya remember, na yung mga members na agencies. So kaya lang konsultahon po itong member agencies kay magdubli-dubli na po ilang trabaho. So the technical study is ongoing with NEDA leading it regarding the committee. But I hope and I will continue to advocate for a committee. Murabog, kami yun ang responsible dapat. Because the OCD, according to Republic Act 10121, is the lead on disaster resilience. Nakabutang, basahin ninyo vision, mission, the OCD shall lead the nation towards disaster resilience. So, and you're only a member, so ano mo lead? Kung member ka. Diba? So, that is my point.
Sir, do you think we should revive Project NOAA because you mentioned earlier na it would have been better if we taught, the government leaders kung unsaon pag ingon sa ilang citizens when it comes to disaster preparedness o kanaganing mga announcements with regards sa landslides. Do you think we should, revive Project NOAA because it's among the flagships in the past na maging way for us to monitor disasters?
Yeah, NOAA, I think, is still there with the UP. Pero nasa UP ng Project NOAA, no? Sa UP. And the head there is always working with OCD, no? Sa central office. But ang concern nako is not there. My concern is the community. Sa preparedness, you mentioned about preparedness. I'd like to announce that on September 12, sugod na ang training sa disaster responders that from September to October, mga 500 disaster responders ni purok level. Ha? Hindi, isa ka province pa lang na. One province pa lang. Ang Davao Oriental, kasi nangayo mag-assistant si Governor Dayanirang sa kuha, mo na akong suggestion sa iya, ni-agree dahil siya. Gipunduhan dahil nila, purok level disaster response. That is very, very new. An innovation, in fact, wala na sa balaod. That's why they have to create an executive order there, localizing. Matag purok, nanay responder. Because, I learned, nakita na ko, layo kayo mga barangay sa purok. So, dugay mo abot ang response. So, karon i-embed na nato sa purok ang response. Not only on fire, tanan, the same hazards that we're facing. So, nangulitaw po ko karon sa other governors na they will follow. Like, siyempre, depende na sa ilaha. So, ang governor ng Davao Oriental has already mag-start na karong 12, Barangay Tubaon, Municipality of Tarragona, the first ever training of Purok disaster responders.
My question. Okay, so we'd like to thank our guests, no, for coming over, Sir Ednar and Sir Zeke. Parting statement, we'll start with Zeke muna. Again, reiterate natin ating RSTW.
Again, on behalf of the entire DOST 11, we thank PIA, of course, all our media partners for coming here and for giving us this platform to promote the Regional Science, Technology, and Innovation Week this September 25 to 27. So on September 25 po, we will have a press conference. So we would like to invite all of you as well. We will send a formal invitation, pero I'm not sure if we have contacts of everyone. So if you want us to send a formal invitation, you can message us na lang on the DOST XI page. The press con will be on 9 a.m. on September 25 at Seda Hotel. So again, we invite you to be there to feature our event and also experience science, technology, and innovation at work. Thank you very much.
Yeah, well, sa NSED, third quarter, again, I'd like to thank Governor Mabanglo for accepting the challenge, as well as the 11 mayors of Davao de Oro and their disaster officers in the conduct of the third NSED. And I said, as mentioned earlier, focus on three: the early warning, the operation center, and the responders' readiness nila to respond. So again, PIA o other media outlets, daghang salamat sa inyong tanan.
So last question, kung sabi sa assessment po, saan tayo mas ready, sa flood or sa earthquake?
Flood. Ang earthquake, tako pa nga problema. In fact, mag-conduct na kong study. I will start my study karong September. Kasi, kaakibat niya is the relocation. As kang lisuda. You will relocate the whole purok. Like, Barangay Tagbaros karon sa Mako. Nag-dialogue mi dito. The whole barangay, relocate ni mo. Unya, ang ilang income na dito, they're earning 5,000 a day sa mining. Dili ng pagkalot di alas sa sapa.
Gold panning.
Oh, gold panning. Mo nang sila, ganahan sila mo baha. Kita di ta ganahan mo baha, di ba? Sila ganahan mo baha, kay mas daghan gold ba, maanod. Mas complicated, complex problem ang landslide. Ang flooding murag. Mandala. Landslide po, mo patay gyud ang landslide. Landslide really kills.
Okay, daghang kay salamat to SMCT Davao and to Pacific Rain for the delicious donuts and coffee. Till next week, more relevant topics to be discussed. Daghang salamat.